aunt right here. This really my aunt. Day 3, y'all, coming to y'all with an OOTD.
It's a way you take me up from down and place my feet on solid ground. Love how I feel when you're around.
Okay, got everything unbagged, so I'm gonna kind of show y'all a little bit of everything. Not gonna go in super detail because if you watch the last video, nothing's gonna change. Everything in the meal is pretty much planned out for you, so it's pretty much the same mode. You can kind of mix and match some things, but it's pretty much the same. So starting with breakfast, I got egg whites and some cage-free large brown eggs. These will be good for the egg bites that I do. I'm going to do them in the oven and mix them with 1 egg, and then I believe it's like a cup of egg whites. And then we got bell peppers. I cut up a little bit of those to go into the egg bites, as well as some onions. And it's also gonna go well with some other meals. Another thing with breakfast is avocados. I love avocados. Every morning I will have a half of an avocado. And I like those on the regular anyways. Honestly, this plan, doing it early this year, made me like avocados. I really did not really know what it was, didn't mess with it, but when I ate it on that plan, like, it just tasted heavenly. And so we also got some bread. We can have bread. So we'll have 2 slices of bread every morning. And the big thing about the bread is you're supposed to stay under a certain amount of calories. So the good thing about this one is 2 slices is only 90 calories. So I have 2 of these in the morning along with the egg whites. And I like to add on some jelly. It's something that they said we could add on if we wanted to, and it's also a good way to help me kind of curb my sweet tooth. So I know that in the morning, every morning I'm going to add on a little bit of jelly. And so I usually measure that out for 1 tablespoon and split it between both slices of the toast. This is the best jelly. The good thing about it is it does not have any sugar at all. It does have like some sweeteners, like erythritol. Okay, I don't know. And stevia extract. So, you know, those are the sweeteners. And 1 tablespoon is only 5 calories. So this is a really good jelly to use if you're watching, you know, what you're inputting, if you're calorie counting. And honestly, if you just like jelly, because it really does taste good. Like, even when I'm not counting calories and tracking my food, this really is still good. Next thing we have is thinking about some lunch stuff. It's going to be a mixture in between chicken. We got chicken breast, which I'm going to cut up into halves. Usually do that with salad. So I also got some spring mix for salads. And then I also got some spinach because it's another water-based vegetable. That's the biggest thing on this detox is water-based veggies. And so, you know, spinach shrivels up so quickly that I found myself running out of it. So I got this big thing. It's still not a lot. I'm probably still gonna have to go like on like Friday probably to get some more spinach because it just goes really quickly. So I have that with some meals. And then we also got some frozen broccoli florets. You can never go wrong with these. I got 2 bags of these. And ground turkey. Biggest thing is 93% lean turkey, 7% fat. This is the best one. Great protein in here. How much is protein per serving? Typically, we're going to be eating 4 ounces of meat for each meal over the course of 5 meals. I know, it sounds like a lot. Once you get through, once the first day passed, you can kind of start eating. It's a lot of chewing though. So I get it too, how frustrating it can be. The other thing is it's 24 grams of protein for 4 ounces serving. So that's really good, you being able to get it in. And the good thing about this is 4 servings in one. I'm probably gonna eat ground turkey twice a day. So I'll go through one of these pretty fast. So I got 2. I wanted to get some salmon. They did not have salmon, so I may pick up some salmon towards the later end of the week to mix in some other meats. but those are going to be the meats for the most part. We also got some gallon-sized freezer bags. I ran out of them, so I needed to grab some for when I use meats and those things. We also have some sweet potatoes. I'm a little finicky about sweet potatoes. So I like them, but only in certain things. So I probably can do a sweet potato pie, kind of a small piece of that. Or if I make it, like the little mini ones, I love those. And I also can do, what's the other thing I can do with? I can do some sweet potato fries. And I love to put sweet potato in my brownies. I love the sweet potato brownie thing. It's so good. It makes it so fluffy and moisturized. So that's another way I eat sweet potatoes. I struggle with sweet potatoes eating it just like whole. But I'm not gonna lie. Last time I think I did one of these and I added some butter. Can't believe it's not butter. And did I add like a little bit of monk fruit on it or whatever people were saying? Or they added some cinnamon. Yeah, they added like some cinnamon up there, girl. And it was good. You would have thought I was eating a fresh slice of cake. It was so good. So we got sweet potatoes. I don't know how I'm going to eat them. I don't know if I will try to make it like a dessert at the end of the night or what. But we're going to see. And then we also got, I can't believe it's not butter. I still got some more of this. But I felt like it was, time to get some just in case. So I still got some. And then I got this one. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I know the ingredients in this is not the best for you, but it is a great way for you to control how much butter you're using. I'm trying to see the date up here. The date done got cut off, so I don't even know. So anyways, I'll just finish this off before I start using this next one. Another thing that is a great thing to have, and I'm looking, okay, is the salsa. So I kind of need to get some more salsa. So I probably, I might take a trip to Aldi. Maybe not. Maybe it's not necessary. But salsa is a great addition for like one of your meals, especially when you're eating this vegetables and meat. You may want to dress it up with something. So I sometimes add this salsa. This is from Aldi. It is the thick and chunky salsa, and it's hot. I really love this. And when you get into the next part of the meal plan, you're able to have tacos and all that. And so I love to put it on the tacos. So next thing we have is, we love G Hughes. This my aunt right here. This really my aunt. This really my aunt. I wonder if he's still alive. I'm not saying that to be funny though. I hope he is, because he does a great job. Like, his sauces are amazing. Like, they're so good. Low calorie sauces and low carb. So 2 tablespoons of this is only 10 calories. And I do measure it out. And so what I use this on is I use on my little mini meatloaves that I do in the muffin pan. And so I like cook, of course, mash up some ground turkey, bell peppers. Sometimes I add spinach and onions in it. And then I bake it and then take it out, add some of this on top. And then, so I'll probably do like 1 tablespoon per meatloaf thing, kind of dilly it out like that, divvy it out like that. And I add it on top. So it's like a little mini meatloaf. And it's, it makes the meal taste a little bit better. It shakes it up for you. So this is another, I love it. I would use this regularly. I had this with McDonald's nuggets and it was still so good. You cannot go wrong with this. Another good thing about it is it's sugar-free, it's gluten-free, and it's high fructose corn syrup-free. So a lot of the things that we find in a lot of our sauces, this does not have it. Like, I just love it. I also have the ketchup. I was a little weary of this ketchup. This ketchup is bomb. This is sugar-free ketchup as well. There are only 5 calories, 1 tablespoon. Ingredients are pretty good too, honestly. It does have some sucralose in there, but to sweeten it up. This is good. Y'all see this? I done used it up. I done put it on so much stuff. I put it on like burgers. I've used it in, I think when I was making spaghetti, because I like to add a little ketchup to my spaghetti. It is really good. So that is one thing that the plan did for me, is that I like the low calorie sauces. Another option is you can do Walden Farms, but I've been hearing mixed reviews about Walden Farms products. I've heard some people say they don't like the taste. So I just have not been that interested in trying them. And G Hughes is good for me. Other things. So another thing that I add into mine, I'm not saying necessarily the plan explicitly says you can do it, but I'm a part of the Tony Fine or Fine Fitness Facebook group. And so those are all people that have done the plan or are currently doing the plan. And so it's a great resource to see ways people change up their meals. I seen one person for breakfast, they did like breakfast tacos. So they did the ground turkey, and they got like some low carb, low calorie tortillas for breakfast. They swapped things up like that. And so it's so cool to see people mix their meals up like that. And another thing they were saying is, hey, you can kind of, this is another good tool to have for when you craving something sweet, is to do these drink mixes. And last time I did it, these came in clutch. These are absolutely my favorite. I don't really like the ingredients. I'm going to say that. The ingredients aren't the best. It has aspartame. How is it aspartame? It's aspartame. Y'all, I'm tearing up words. Okay. It's okay. But it also has red 40 and yellow 5. Like, these are not the best ingredients. I'm just going to be honest. But this is something that I probably have like one of these a day. I think even sometimes that was like my dessert. I would be so excited for it. If I was like really at my wits and I feel like I couldn't take it no more, I would just drink one of these or drink half of it and save the rest for later. And these, of course, are low calorie. So it's only 5 calories for one stick, and you add it to your water bottles. So, and I just got three 24 packs of water from Publix. They are 3 for $10. By the time y'all see this, I don't know. They could be back on sale. They go on sale 3 for $10 at Publix for at least once a month. So you just have to catch it. So I usually just randomly check it when I feel it in my spirit. And when I check it, sometimes they have the sale and sometimes they don't. So I just keep checking it. Lastly, I got this new thing. So I guess this is like my fun thing I got. Don't know how these taste, but I was interested. These are the cran grape. So it's ocean spray cran grape. And there are 5 calories per packet too. The good thing about this one is they do not have that A word that I just tried to say that I couldn't say. They don't have that in there, and it also doesn't have any colors in here. So I was like, oh, that's pretty good. It was a bit more expensive, about $3 for this one, versus this one being like $2. So, and if you go to the Dollar Tree, they got these for $1, but I was too lazy to do all that. So I'm excited to try these. So between these two is what I'll be, trying for curbing that sweet tooth. Lastly, y'all, I know this is a lot of stuff. Lastly, I got me something to cook tonight because I'm gonna be honest, I'm tired of eating out. I've been eating out. I ate out for breakfast too. I had some Starbucks for breakfast. That's like my last kind of hoorah. I had me some Starbucks. Sidebar, you can't have coffee, but you can have it. You can have coffee. You can have it with almond milk, and you can also add in some skinny mix syrups, or if you use what's the other syrup, some other sugar-free syrup, whatever the brand name is, y'all know what I'm talking about. You can use those too. This is the one I got when I did the challenge last time, and I just ordered a new bottle of this, and I love this. It's a skinny mix caramel pecan one. It really tastes good. It doesn't have that aftertaste in it, so I don't know. If I find myself like wanting to try it, I might, but I really don't like just the almond milk in it. It's kind of plain. But sidebar, it might be kind of good with almond milk because I got hot coffee now. So I bought a Keurig, and that actually might taste better if I add some almond milk and then add some of the skinny mix syrup to it. That might be kind of good. I wish they sold the little almond milk, so like a little bottle, because I don't need a full bottle of almond milk. I'm gonna see. I don't know. I'm excited to take a break from coffee, honestly. And then, of course, I didn't just get these, but I wanted to show y'all what is my pod I use. This is the McCafe Breakfast Blend. And I got that Keurig and all that. That was inspired from my girl, T. She put me on to this, so yeah, it's going to become in clutch for the fall and the winter season. Okay, let me get back on track, because what I was saying was, for dinner tonight, I wanted to cook a little something. I'm probably just going to do a couple of them. So I'm going to do some stuffed shells. Probably just going to do enough for a serving for tonight. I didn't even get no bread because it's like, girl, you done had bread early today. Bread. Like, it's okay. We don't need no bread. So yeah, so I got these jumbo shells. And the good thing about these, I can use them again whenever I want to do jumbo shells again. Also got me some more Morel sauce. This is, far as ingredients, this is the best ingredient sauce. I don't know if you would say for calories it's the best, but it is the best for ingredients. They have pretty much whole ingredients like Italian whole peeled tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, olive oil, roasted garlic, carrots, and salt. You can't get no simpler than that. And so, y'all, I toy in between whole, like, clean ingredients versus low calorie items. I kind of go in between them. So that's why I always tell people I'm healthy-ish. I'm not all the way healthy. And on a scale of 100, I'm probably like, I don't know, maybe I'll say like 50. Honestly, it really depends on the day, but I try to mix things in as I can. So along with those shells, we got some ricotta cheese made with the whole milk, and this is what we add down, you know, in the shell before we add the meat with the sauce. And yeah, and I got some beef somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it go. I got ground beef, and then I just got some shredded cheese to go with those. So that's what the plan is to eat for tonight. So that is the haul, y'all. That was a lot today. We went in on this haul, but I'm so excited to get back into it. It's definitely, you know, nothing is easy, especially when you've been used to doing things your own way. I'm excited though to get back on this and to push myself mentally, physically, and emotionally, and spiritually. Just to push myself, because it takes all your strength to do this. It really does. I was thinking last night, like, girl, do we really want to do this? But no, we really do. Like, yes, there's some things you have to sacrifice, and I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to sacrifice my guilty pleasures to feel good in my body, to take care of my body. There's a quote that I love to hear, and you know, what I think is like, your body is the only place that you have to live. Like, this is where you live. And so you have to take care of your body. It is your home, you know, although of course the word says, you know, our body don't belong to us, but we got to take care of it. And that's even just going back to the word, like, you know, as a living sacrifice. And so my body belongs to God. And so it also reminds me that I got to take care of what he's given me. And so that's just why it's so important to take care of your body in small steps. Like, you don't have to go, you know, super extreme. It's the small things that add up. Like, really, with this detox, I love the biggest thing is that you don't even have to do heavy workouts. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel better as the days go by. And at least do 30 minutes of cardio, whatever that's like for you. I am going to try to do my regular workouts this week. I know tomorrow, if I do work out, I'm going to need to hit that workout in the morning. Because by the end of the day, my energy is probably going to be a bit lower. So I'm going to try to work out in the morning. That way, you know, afternoon, I just want to go lay down. I can just go lay down. But that is what this week is all about during this detox. I'm pushing myself. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to have someone to be able to do this with me. Like I said, you know, accountability, relatability, community, that's what it's all about. And so, y'all, I am about to get ready to enjoy the rest of the Sunday. I try not to stay in the house. This is another blurb. Because something about me sometimes, I don't necessarily get Sunday scaries. I feel like sometimes I just let the Sunday pass me by. Sometimes just because I'm like, you know, I just need a rest. I need a rest because I'm anticipating the week. And so sometimes I find myself missing out on things. And so I find myself like, you know, God was, you know, helping me think like, am I truly like resting? Am I truly resting because it's what I need? Or am I doing it just because it's easy, or just because I'm wallowing in what's to come? And so I've been asking myself that question on Sundays more, and finding ways to not just lay around. Because one thing about me, I would be in PJs on a Sunday by 5 o'clock. Which I think is great. I think it's great on some Sundays, but I don't think every Sunday is meant for that, because it's life that's meant to be lived. And, you know, so you still got to get up and do stuff. And it don't mean you got to go out and spend a whole bunch of money, but you still want to be intentional with the time you spend. Another thing, it was homecoming. Y'all, y'all know I went to a PWI, UNCG, so we ain't nothing compared to no HBCUs. It's no comparison at all, but it's always nice to see people hang out. So we had a lot of fun last night and yesterday. I did not record. Literally did not record. And I literally said I'm gonna record, but y'all, I was so all over the place because I could not find anything to wear. I could not. But my guy Pablo came in clutch, and I was able to borrow one of his shirts because I just could not find anything. I just felt so all over the place with my personal style. So that's another thing. I'm trying to find my style, and I just don't know what it is at this point. I don't know. But that's okay because we're going to figure it out. Good morning, y'all. It's day 1. It's the morning, and I'm eating breakfast right now. And I also have to pack my lunch for work. But it's going to be a great week, a great detox week. We're going to get it and knock it out the park, period. Okay, it's the evening. I have one more meal to go. This is meal number 4. I'm eating at, I believe it's 5:30 something. Oh, and I need to get my Apple Watch because I eventually need to do 30 minutes of cardio as well. But eating meal number 4. This time I actually can get the meals down. Last time on my first day, I only got to 4 meals. The last meal I did not make it. I felt so sick I couldn't make it. But this time we're making it. I still have to do, like I said, 30 minutes cardio. Ugh. And I still need to cook dinner for tonight because I wanted tonight's dinner to be like fresh. So I'm not going to make that till probably about 7 or 8-ish and put that in the oven because that's going to be ground turkey, like meatballs / meatloaf, little things I put in a little muffin pan and add a barbecue sauce on. So that's going to be tonight along with some broccoli. And now we're just doing this chicken salad, basically chicken and spring mix along with some Skinny Girl Italian dressing. This is usually a solid meal too. And I thought to put it like later so it could kind of be like my appetizer before dinner. You know, that's the idea. Let me not eat this on screen, y'all, because I know some people have, what's it called, where they don't like hearing people chew. So I'm not going to do that to y'all. But I did want to check in today on day 1. We're feeling good. I did have to take some medicine. I don't know if I said that again. If I repeat myself, I did have to take some medicine because my head was throbbing at work today. So, yeah. But we're making it. We're making it. Now I just need to get up in the morning early. I want to get up early, like 5:30 is when I need to get up so that I can get my movement in earlier than later, especially tomorrow because I have a full day tomorrow. So we're going to get to that today.
Greater is the one within and call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty end up to the sky. And never wait upon the giver. He'll deliver like a dealer. To take her higher, higher.
Day 2. And I'm heading to the gym this morning, trying to get this workout in early so that if my energy is low, I'll be good to go later today. This pimple is so big and shiny, y'all. I just don't even understand it, but we're pushing through regardless. Happy day 2. Let's have a great day. Day 3, y'all, coming to y'all with an OOTD. So we got on this little HBCU shirt that I got from, what's that place called? TJ Maxx. It was in the men's section. I got on some cheetah pants. Got my belt because these cheetah pants are a little big in the waist. And also I got on my little clogs. I need to try to clean them because my camo pants I wore with them one time got them a little dingy. And so I need to see if I can clean them. But when I wear them like this, you can't even tell. So this is OOTD. I'm going to put on a jean jacket. It's in the car. And it's pretty chill. Business casual look today. Day 3 though, I'm feeling very hopeful, excited. My body is feeling a little bit better today. I'll be honest, girl was down bad yesterday. Yesterday was a rough one, but I am looking forward to the sweet potato meal today. It's been bomb. And I'm looking forward to my drink mix and my water. Those are the things I look forward to each day, along with the toast in the morning and at night, the meatballs with a barbecue sauce. So we're going to keep our eyes pressed towards the goal, okay? We can do this. Hey, y'all. It's lunch. I'm tired. My energy is so low. I had to come out to the car and just sit for a minute and just get some fresh air and just get a change of scenery. I need to go in there though and eat, which I'm actually looking forward to this next meal. It's a sweet potato with the ground turkey. I added taco seasoning to it, and it's been really good. It's been one of my favorite meals, but I also wouldn't mind a seafood boil. I also wouldn't mind the acai bowl. Third day is one of the hardest too. Once you get past your third day, you can finish it off. But first 3 days are the hardest. And today I'm definitely thinking, what's the point? What is the point of it all? Is what I'm definitely thinking. I will say. But there's a point. There is a point. And every time I tell people I'm detoxing, because it's not like fasting. I mean, you can tell people you're detoxing. And I do end up, if it comes up, like, oh, what you eating? Or you eating lunch already? I'm like, no, girl. I'm just on this detox that requires me to eat multiple times throughout the day. Like, more than just 3 times. So, I have to eat more than usual. Usually, think detox means not eating at all. I happen to agree with what I've heard a lot of people say now. I think Tony Fine has said it, as well as this other guy on TikTok that said it, and I totally agree. If you are not fasting for religious purposes, then you need to eat. That's just, and I guess I just need to say that's for me. If I'm not fasting and I'm not doing it unto God, I need to eat. That, I know some people do intermittent fasting and those types of things, and I think that's great for them, but for me, that doesn't really work for me. What ends up happening is I end up binging on just like a whole bunch of stuff in the end. So whenever I withhold myself from eating food, or if I say, I'm going to skip lunch today, or I'm just going to snack on stuff today. Whenever I do that, I end up messing up real bad. I end up going crazy. Next thing you know, I'm in the McDonald's line getting 2 McDoubles and a large fry. I had that last week, and that would be so good right now. But it's also another good thing about this is because a lot of my happiness, I'm noticing, is predicated on food. And that's the whole part of even, thinking about fasting. I realized it then, but I'm realizing it again now that I'm doing this process. A lot of my happiness is predicated on food. And so getting up in the morning, what am I looking forward to doing? I'm looking forward to making me a coffee in the morning. Okay, lunchtime. What am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to whatever's for lunch. But to be honest, lunch, I tend to make lunch a healthy option. So it's usually something I really don't care to eat. I'm not looking for a super wow moment. It's just something that will fill me up. So lunch, I usually just, try to have something. But it's really breakfast. Looking forward to that coffee. And dinner, I'm looking forward to a good meal, a meal that satisfies me. And then I'm also looking forward to something sweet after that meal. And if those things aren't happening, I'm not saying I'm not happy, but it's just not as prominent as it would be if I had my coffee this morning, if I had that sweet treat before bed. And so I guess that's the biggest thing I'm reminding myself of. Food cannot, yes, food is happiness, food is joy. Like, it does make us happy to have these things, but it can't be the thing that kind of like pacifies me and not truly being present. I feel like I just made that so deep. I just made food so deep, but it really is that deep. It really is that deep. And so I'm just even trying to think, once this is over, like, what am I going to do to make sure that I'm mindful about how I'm incorporating it? And I'm not saying they're not going to be some days where I'm just like, girl, I'm just looking forward to this. Like, say you go to the fair. I'm looking forward to fried Oreos. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But my day-to-day shouldn't be immersed in food as much as it is. Okay, y'all, happy Friday. The last time you seen me, I was doing the detox, but in between that time, the detox has kind of commenced. I was like, let me go to this place I've been wanting to go for a while. The hours are usually during my work hours, unless I get up really, really early to be here. I think at like 7:30 ish. And typically I like slow mornings, so that doesn't usually happen. And so I was like, okay, today we're gonna do it. We have some time. So we have the matcha. This, unfortunately, I wanted a strawberry matcha, but they were out of strawberry. So I feel like next time I have to come earlier in the week, because she was like, people, they wipe them out from it. I did just try it walking back to my car, and it was very grassy. This is a caramel apple matcha with oat milk. I think it has caramel down at the bottom. So we about to see, because I really am trying to minimize my coffee intake. Coffee does make me a bit anxious sometimes. We have me on, on edge. So I would love to get into more matcha. I wanted to try something local though today. Hopefully it gets better, because if not, I should have just went to Dunkin'. Well, first of all, customer service is amazing, top tier, very welcoming. When you go in there, it's a beautiful atmosphere. It looks amazing. This may not just be the drink for me. I was planning on doing some Bible study in there, so I was gonna get some footage of the area a little bit more, but it was a bit too many people in there for me to feel, comfortable enough to pull all that stuff out. The tables were a bit smaller too, so I wouldn't be able to spread out like I, want to do.
Have a good one, baby.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, she was sweet. Okay, look at her. I mean, she looked all right. We're gonna see what she's giving. I think I'm gonna try to park somewhere. This is a iced matcha latte, 2 matcha powders, 2 butter pecan swirls, 1 vanilla shot, oat milk, and cold foam. That's more like it. The quality of their matcha is different. The color, people always say you can tell by the colors. So you can tell by these colors which quality is better. This quality is better, but my taste buds are not matching that quality just yet. So this is what I prefer. So let's try to do a little Bible study, a brief Bible study. So y'all, I just finished Exodus. I don't know why that sounds so familiar. Well, I don't know why that sounds so incorrect. But I just finished Exodus. Girl, Exodus is the first half I was like, yes, tell me the story. The second part, I'm like, okay, we're talking about building the tabernacle. I do understand that each thing in the Bible, first of all, is important. Everything has a purpose. And God is in the details. But whoo, did those details take me for a ride, okay? It's about 40 chapters. And like I said, literally half and half. 20 chapters are kind of about telling the story of the people from Israel being freed from being slaves in Egypt, to them being free. And then, of course, because of that freedom that God, provided for them, he now requires of them to build a tabernacle to honor him, and utilizing all those things from Egypt, utilizing that to build upon his kingdom. So that's the gist of the story. It's a beautiful story. I love how in the end, despite the Israelites not believing God, they struggled with belief. They struggled with faith. They were disobedient. Even in the end, God won. He kept them through the whole thing. And in the end, they were obedient to him. I also love to see Moses' growth, because Moses seemed to be a bit, one, his faith wavered a bit too. And I just love to see his confidence build upon as he grew as a leader. And even just seeing how his leadership helped others become leaders. Even though some of them kind of, they struggled too, like Aaron. Honey, he was doing his own thing in one part. So anyways, I just love to see the growth of the people, the growth of the leaders, and just see everyone, in the end, be obedient to God. Yeah, that's more like it. It's still got a little grass hint, but the grass isn't overpowering it. So now, y'all, now that I finished Exodus, and it took me a long time to read Exodus. I'm being so transparent with you all. It took me a long time. It should not have taken me this long. It took me this long because of my lack of consistency. A lot of times my lack of consistency is when I get overwhelmed, and instead of taking my challenges to God, I just say, hey, I'm just going to internalize it and just figure it out in my own head. And so that's a lot of times of why I don't read my Bible as I should, or why I take like a week break, week and a half break, 2-week break. I've taken month breaks. I've taken months breaks in the past. This year has looked different for me. My level of consistency has improved, but there's still more room for improvement. So let me tell y'all how long it took me to do Exodus, because I want to make sure we get the receipts. So something I've seen from someone I follow on, not Twitter, someone I follow on TikTok and on YouTube. Her name is Jenny Studying, or Studying with Jenny, something like that. Amazing lady. She kind of provides Bible tips of how she studies her Bibles, different ways that she personalizes it for her. And I love how in her Bible she will write the date of when she started a chapter and when she finishes it. One, I think it's good to see how much time it takes you. I'm not saying you should necessarily be on a timeline, like you need to finish it by this week or that week, but it's good to kind of see how long it took you to get through it and what you were going through. So I started this on September 5th of this year, 2025, and I officially completed it on October 23rd, 2025. So that was yesterday. I just finished it. So it took me a month plus to complete it. It shouldn't have. A lot of times I got in my head, I got overwhelmed. I didn't feel like Exodus was speaking to what I really needed in the moment, when I really should have still read Exodus and found other supplemental verses or chapters to help support me. So I say all that to say, sometimes reading is just not, it's not going to jump out at you. It's just not going to be this beautiful story that you needed to hear. Sometimes it's just not. And sometimes it's just building your faith muscles, building your muscles to sit still and read the word. Sometimes that's all it is. So I finished that. Another thing I've been doing in my Bible is I've also been writing prayers. So depending on what's going on in the different verses, like one thing I was like, God, make me like Moses, like just jumping out how Moses was the leader he was. I wrote that down and I dated to just, notate when I prayed, when I asked for that, when I prayed for that. So we did Exodus. I don't know where God is going to take me next. I kind of was just still going in order, but I feel like I need to kind of pause before I keep going, because I would be going to Leviticus, but I'm gonna wait it out and see right now. I don't know, maybe a couple of days I'll wait and see. But in the meantime, I am in Psalms. So in the meantime, I'm in Psalms. And, Psalm is just amazing because it's just filled of essentially songs to God. Some of them are filled with agony. Some of them are filled with such joy. It's the best way to say it. So I just want to show y'all a couple of Psalms that I have been renewing my mind over. And so I kind of been saying them out as prayers during the day. So I'll start with Psalm 16, and I'm not going to read the full thing. I'm kind of just going to start it. And so Psalm 16 says, "Protect me, God, for I take refuge in you. I said to the Lord, you are my Lord. I have nothing good besides you. As for the holy people who are in the land, they are the noble ones. All my delight is in them. The sorrows of those who take another God for themselves will multiply. I will not pour out their drink offers in blood, and I will not speak their names with my lips." And it goes into, "Lord, you are my portion and my cup of blessing. You hold my future." And so this is a beautiful psalm. It's very simple. Essentially, just reminding us that, even in the uncertainty of life, that God holds our future together. It also says, "Indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance." And, of course, that's the inheritance with God, the eternal life with him. So that's Psalm 16. The next one I have been reading over Psalm 91. Psalm 91 is one, I'm always looking at, because one, it's very special to me because my grandmother has always encouraged me to read that. She's always reminded me of it, about the protection of the Most High. So it just goes into, of course, "The one who lives under the protection of the Most High dwells in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say concerning the Lord, who is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. He himself will rescue you from the bird trap, from the destructive plague. He will cover you with his feathers. You will take refuge under his wings." And so I love how it says, "You will not fear the terror of the night, the arrow that flies by day, the plague that stalks in darkness, or the pestilence that ravages at noon." It's just amazing prayer of protection. It's also embedded in songs that we might know have heard in church. And it's another one I go to, especially just praying over my family and my friends, just speaking Psalm 91 over our lives, that whatever our feet shall trod, that God is protecting us and covering us. And he cares about what concerns us. So Psalm 91. And then lastly, Psalm 116. And actually, y'all, I found about Psalm 116 on Reddit. So I was searching up what song. I think I was searching up types of psalms that people found helpful to meditate on. And I saw someone say Psalm 116. And honey, Psalms 116 is so amazing. For one, it encaptures a deliverance prayer and thanking God just for his grace and his righteousness and his compassion. And so it's just a thanking God for his deliverance and thanking God for, let's read. I'll read the first part. Psalm 116 says, "I love the Lord because he has heard my appeal for mercy, because he has turned his ear to me. I will call out to him as long as I live." It talks about I was helpless and he saved me. "Return to your rest, my soul, for the Lord has been good to you." I love this other part that says, "How can I repay the Lord for all the good he has done for me?" Another verse says, "I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people." It's a beautiful verse, beautiful chapter. And so I've been loving to read this one as well. And even with the Bible that I read, there is kind of like mini devotionals and caps in it. And so I love the devotional that goes into it. And so it's titled "Helpless but Hopeful." And so just to kind of pick out a lot of the things, it talks about when was the last time you felt helpless. And so the scripture that it refers to when it comes to that helpless, it says that Psalm 116, 5-6, "The Lord is gracious and righteous. Our God is compassionate. The Lord guards the inexperienced. I was helpless and he saved me." And essentially all of us are helpless because we require God to do any and everything. But a few things that I love that it says is that scripture is full of hope for those who acknowledge their own weakness and trust in God's unfailing strength. Another scripture refers to, "For while we were still helpless, at the right time, Christ died for the ungodly." And this part I just love. The author of this devotional says, "Jesus offers grace that saves and sustains us, strengthens and comforts us. He calls us, cleanses us, equips us, and ultimately gives us life everlasting. Being weak is our greatest strength when it leads to desperate dependence on God." being helpless is never hopeless when it leads to the cross. Honey, and that freed me. Being helpless is never hopeless when it leads to the cross. We felt helpless. We felt hopeless. And I just love being reminded that although sometimes things may feel helpless, things may feel hopeless, but in the end, as it states, God saves, he sustains, he strengthens, and he comforts in the end. And then it ends off with the scripture, 2 Corinthians 12:10. So I take pleasure in weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and in difficulties for the sake of Christ. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Woo, y'all. I love Psalms 116. Psalms 116 has is a believer. Has gained a believer in me just off of that verse. And so y'all tell me what Psalms y'all utilize, and meditate on throughout your daily routines. I would love to hear them. I do dibble and dabble in Psalms, but I'm not a Psalmsonite. That's me giving that a name, but I don't really stay in Psalms a lot. So I would love to learn more about what verses and chapters you all utilize to help support you. So thank y'all for hearing all that. I know that was a lot, but I just wanted to speak to a little bit of Bible study. We are now about to head to Dillard's Clearance Center. I have been wanting to do this since last weekend and just was lazy to do so. I'm trying to see about this one. So I just left the gym. And the gym, I did some lower body, some core. I still need to do 30 minutes of cardio, which I'm gonna do after I film this little clip. But I also knew that it was time for me to get some more self-care products. And so I ran to the store to grab some things. And I just wanna give y'all a little haul because I did a little bit more than I usually do. So don't get it twisted, baby. I don't do this on a normal, what I'm about to show y'all. So one off-topic thing, it's still self-care, is these protein bars. These are my favorite protein bars. They taste so amazing. Like, it literally tastes like a brownie, basically, in a protein bar. It is 200 calories, and it only has 1 gram of sugar. Of course, they use sugar alcohols, and then it has 20 grams of protein. So 10% protein, based off of 20 grams of protein and 200 calories. It's a great pair. It is a delectable treat to have at night as your sweet treat, as well as if you ever want to pair it with some Halo Top ice cream, is good with that too. So I got some of these. Walmart is usually the only store that I can find them, and even then, it's like they only put 4 on the shelf. This was the last box they had on the shelf, so I'm grateful that I've gotten that. Next thing we got is some mouthwash. Always needed. This is the zero alcohol one. I just heard it was better for you with the zero alcohol one. It was less harsh on your mouth, and so I needed to re-up on that. When it comes to mouthwash, I did want to get it from a CVS or Walgreens, but I could not find any good coupons this week. And because of that, y'all, I'm working on not using filler words. So is included because I use so a lot. So because there was no good coupons, I just said, hey, I'm just going to get it from the store where I know it's at and where it's accessible. So I got some zero alcohol Listerine. Next thing we got is some Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. I love this. I've only tried it once. There I go, filler word. But I've only tried it once. It is really effective. It's got a kind of oil consistency. It's like oil and witch hazel mixed up, but the oil kind of like, the oil does wonders for this product though. So I said that I was going to utilize this when I wear makeup and also when I went to the gym and I've had like a super heavy workout day. So I'll be using some tonight, and I can't wait to see that dirt and that sweat just come off using this. Next thing we got was some more blemish patches, so pimple patches. I got the Neutrogena one. It was the cheaper one. They did have the other brands, but baby, they was high. Them star faces, them stars that y'all be wearing. Baby, why is that pack $12? That's not adding up to me. So no, I did not get the star face one. I got this Neutrogena Stubborn Acne Ultra Thin Blemish Patches. Removes impurities to help pimples look smaller and flatter after one use. That's what we got. Look, bring it up for y'all. We didn't get star face. Next thing we have is some Hazel. The Dickinson's one. Love that. How I use this, I used to use it on my face, but it was drying my face out. I had dry areas on my face, and I still struggle with dry areas on the side of my face still, but using this too heavy, it was making me super dry. But how I like to use it now is on my neck. Like after I've washed my face and taken a shower, I like to go down with some witch hazel on my neck and behind my ears and in my ears and under my arms. I also like to use it, you know, where Virginia is, you know, down there in Virginia, to take care of that area just because of sweat and things. You also can utilize it underneath, you know, different areas that have, you know, kind of pockets and things like that. If you catch my drift, it's very helpful with managing sweat and holding scents and odors there. So I love this, and I haven't had it in a while. I've honestly been using the other micellar water I brought, which is a bit too sensitive. I mean, not a bit too sensitive. It is not strong enough, I feel like, for the task. Next thing we have is probably my most expensive purchase. And this is new for me, y'all. I got this Native Sugar Cookie body wash. I'm tried and true kind of girl when it comes to body wash. I don't really try new body washes anymore. And I say anymore because when I was, you know, in high school, I loved like all things skincare really a lot. And so I would purchase, I don't care how much, I would spend my little checks, have my little checks on body care stuff. I don't do that anymore just because I've outgrown it. And I also know my skin is sensitive. And so I don't really play around with a lot. But in lieu of, you know, the season's changing, I wanted to get some warm, wintry scents. I also want to try layering. So this is a part of that layering thing I'm going to try to do to see if that helps me hold my smells a little bit better. When I say smells, like, you know, you put perfume on, it doesn't always stick. And I've seen a lot of people say, hey, it's a layering thing. It starts from when you shower. It's the scent you use when you shower. It's the scent you use when you lotion yourself. All those things. I am going to attempt to do that with this lineup that I have. So we have the Native Sugar Cookie. We also have the Tahitian Vanilla Shea Sugar Scrub. And this is kind of just a generic one from Walmart. It's not a brand, but I heard really good things about this one, and it smells really good, y'all. I'm gonna smell it again. Yeah, she smells good. I'm gonna use it tonight. I'm gonna do a whole routine tonight just to test it out. And that's another thing. I want to be more intentional about my night routine. Because most of the time, I just get in the shower, use my dial soap with my exfoliating net. I might put on a little body wash. I have an Olay body wash that I'm finishing up now. I might throw that on. But we're going to find ways to infiltrate some real self-care by setting the mood for it. Next thing we have is Tahitian Vanilla. Okay, girl, look like somebody had, this smells good too. I look like somebody had played with it at first from that angle. I'm gonna show y'all. But the Tahitian Vanilla Nourishing Whipped Body Butter. So this goes right with it. This is the body scrub. This is the body butter. So we got that. And we're gonna utilize all three of those in a lineup. As far as scents I have, let me go get them. As far as vanilla scents right now I have this Sticky Dates from Lush scent. I probably would not buy this again. I have enjoyed it. I believe I purchased it probably in April. Yeah, April. So this little bottle right here has lasted me a good amount of time. When I got it, you know, I stopped using it because it was getting warm, and vanilla scents in the heat, that's a little bit much for me. I get nauseous and all that, so No, so this, I got Sticky Dates. Sticky Dates is pretty similar to a vanilla kind of scent in my opinion. I'm looking at some of the notes. It's noted as velvety, sandalwood, and sweet caramel. And that's what I smell the most, is vanilla and caramel scent. As well as, I just bought this. And you're gonna be like, what? I didn't just buy this though. I actually bought this, I think, in like July. I bought this in July. So this is the Clean Reserve Whipped Cherry scent. And I got this one from Kohl's in the Sephora area. This, it has to be one of my favorite scents. I will be purchasing this in the actual big bottle if I can find it. I am most likely going to need to order it. So definitely gonna order that when I can, but this smells so good. I know it says whipped cherry is the scent, but when you smell it, it has a cherry, you know, scent, but that vanilla really heightens it. So it's like cherry vanilla scent, and I love it. So I can't wait to see how that goes in the combo, and I'm looking forward to purchasing an actual big bottle of this and using this more in the winter time, because I'm excited to see how it sticks on me a little bit more in the winter. I think it'll hold a little bit better as well. The last thing I want to show is the Valentine Aroma scent I just purchased. I believe that's what it is. It's the floral one. Anyways, I just got the travel size just to see how I liked it. I will be purchasing this in a full-size bottle as well. This is right up my alley. One is floral, and it truly sticks to me. I wore this one day the past week, and I could smell it all day. Even when I took off a sweatshirt I had on, I could still smell it on my sweatshirt. And that's the exact type of scent I need when I'm at work or when you're going out and you want to feel cute and still smell good. This is right up my alley. I love her. She's feminine but grown. I think this is my grown woman scent. This is my scent. This is my scent. This is my chapter 26 scent. She smells really good, really grown. If any of my family is watching, this is a good Christmas gift to get me. You know, this pink one. I think it's Valentine Aroma. If I didn't say it right, I'll put it on the screen. But let me go. I am about to eat some food and get ready to start my night routine in a few minutes. So see you soon.
Chosen.